Yeah, I'm looking through their presentation that they gave to us, and they at least 2 times brought that out. Design criteria is not just about, it's not only about numbers of cars and where they're turning or not turning, but how do you handle that in a safe way for motorists, for bicyclists, for pedestrians, for people on a bus stop, all of you, absolutely.
I think for anybody who hasn't had a chance to read the memo and the supporting documents that we received in the board packet, they included the presentation, the PowerPoint presentation that Greg presented. And I was not at the interview, and I felt very confident about all the questions that are raised today. So that's what I was looking for, is, you know, from an outside look, who didn't talk to them, how clear did they make their commitment? And I felt very confident about that. And then they also build in monthly reports, and they'll be working very closely with Leanne and her staff, and also the committee. You know, we're also committed to, you know, incorporating as many priorities as possible. That I think there'll be a lot of, you know, communication around this. And they also identified the importance of communication around the project as well. So those things, so I'd encourage you, if you haven't had a chance to look at it, to do it. And if you still have questions, you know, come back and you can.
Where is it? On the village website?
With the
It's
board
in the video
packet.
graphic.
So everybody, you can access that on the website.
If you go to the website and go to the calendar and see board events, there's a link to the packets, there's a link to the previous minutes, all this information. And by statutory requirements, this information is up there at least 24 hours of the meeting, but generally it's up there 4 to 5 days in advance.
And it starts on page 54 of the packet.
Thank you.
Yes.
This is Donna Pollock again. To Trustee Bachor's point, I think when the development was occurring on Oakland and the master plan and many of the meetings I went to, what you're referring to is that, you know, you're going to be able to put speed bumps in and so forth. During those discussions, the public brought up many, many times their concerns about putting a 4-story parking structure in the middle of our prime real estate district, not having underground parking, and access to the grocery store and trucks. It wasn't addressed. It was ignored. And all I'm saying is now it's being corrected, or it had to be corrected after the fact. And to Rosie's point is we want this done right this time. That's all. So I don't want to hear from you that you're going to tell me, you're going to assure me we can put a speed bump in. I want a professional traffic study so that we can all be assured that we're doing it right.
And I appreciate your comments, and I wouldn't, and you were, what you were saying, we did hear, we've been many meetings. As you are aware, we've heard from the residents regarding the 4 stories and some of the concerns. Because some of those things happened doesn't mean that you were not heard. There were choices that were made that, from which, or with which you may agree, and some with which you may not agree. But what I am saying to Rosie is that you have members of the board here. I didn't say we will put a speed bump, but that we will continue to listen to the residents' concerns and consult the professionals who do inform us on the best practices so that we can make policies that are in the best interest of our village at large. And that's what we will continue, or I will continue to do, and I imagine the rest of the board members will do that. But thank you for bringing that up. If you'd like to discuss the decision on that offline sometime, I would be more than happy to go over that with you. Or any other concerns that you felt how you were not heard, or
I just discussed it. Thank you.
Okay, that's all right.
And the traffic study is indicated in the proposal.
Mm-hmm.
I was very pleased that they proposed and they were the top choice of the committee. They did the Capitol Drive. Their public participation project I thought was very good. It had large meetings, good materials, a lot of opportunities for people to comment on the little park flip areas, like, you know, on the designs, and comment on the lights, and they worked well with the pedestrian safety committee and other committees of the village. and we're very, it was a participatory process. And I think they, and then from their proposal, I definitely sense they get the whole process and the importance of the environment and the safety and the professionals, and they're gonna, they do this day in and day out. If they need something, they're gonna get what they need.
Right.
We have a traffic study for Oakland with turn counts, and we'll be revisiting that now once the mosaic. But I mean, if they will determine what data they need, because they're gonna be doing projections on traffic loads up to 2038 by intersection. So they will know, we know the loads on mosaic, we know the loads, if there's others, like the police station, there's known loads on those. And they can enter those into the model and work the models. And we'll have opportunities to comment, the public will have opportunities to comment on all that, so.
To ask
And on
specific
specific designs, and, you know, they're gonna come back to 30% design level, and then we'll have different looks and options, and, you know, people can comment, and lots of feedback. And go back, come back 60%.
Okay. We have a motion. We'll call the question. All in favor of the motion stated, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. And continuing with trustee Menta, item 2.
Yes, second item is a professional services agreement for geotechnical services for 2018 road reconstruction program, which basically boring. And we had two proposals, and the lowest bid was for $5,211. And I'll just move the motion. I move acceptance of the proposal from PSI Inc. to provide geotechnical exploration services for the village's 2018 road reconstruction program in the amount of $5,211. We did discuss in committee, since the current plan is for Wilson Drive to also occur in 2018, can we add to this contract, or will we bid out separately?
Is this part of the motion or what?
No, that's the
I'm sorry.
motion.
She was confused.
Okay, okay.
We didn't
So
get a
I'm
second on the motion. Second.
Okay.
Now,
I just want to say that we discussed, Wilson Drive is also currently scheduled for 2018, so I was just curious, why are we going to have to do a separate contract for this, for the borings for Wilson Drive? And we will, but I guess it's a pretty pro forma kind of contract. There's not a lot of cost in doing a second contract, so our Director of Public Works felt confident that, we're not going to incur additional cost by doing a separate, smaller contract just for Wilson Drive. So, just so you have that background.
any other discussion? We have motion and second. All in favor of the motion stated, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item 3.
Item 3 is pulled.
Deferred, right?
Deferred.
Deferred. Okay. Item 4.
Okay, item 4 is our sidewalk program for 2017, and it's basically a billing change. I guess in prior years, we issued an invoice when the work was completed, so notifying people what their assessment was. And we're going to change that slightly, so we'll still notify people, but the charge will go on as a special assessment on the property tax bill, and they can pay when they pay their property tax. I didn't realize that we were going to automatically split. If it's over $1,000, you'll get half on your 17 property tax bill and half on your 18 property tax bill. And we did discuss, are people going to, I personally know that I probably would have gotten a letter and forgotten completely about it by the time it was time to pay property tax. So staff did assure us that there would be a reminder sent out explaining to people who get the sidewalk assessment that when it's going to appear and how they can pay, and that it is split if it is split. So I'll move that the sidewalk assessment procedure be modified to post special assessment charges to the tax roll upon completion of construction.
Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion?
residents send in, once they get like the second notice, can they just send in a check? Or you gotta wait till,
I think you can pay early if
if
you
you
want
just
to.
wanna pay,
Yeah.
no, wait, okay.
There's
I
no
assume
penalty.
can, right?
Okay.
Can they get a special assessment early before your property tax bill is due?
Well, it becomes a matter of making the advance payment on your tax bill, really is administratively how that would work, but if a resident wants to give us money early, I'm all for it.
We just say no.
And likewise, if a person's assessment is over 1,000 and they just prefer to pay it at once, they can do it.
I'm not sure if that is an accurate statement.
Oh, we thought so, committee. So would you like?
Well, if the committee is, or if the board's going to approve a special assessment that splits anything over 1,000 over 2 years, that's what's gonna happen. You know, I guess it's, I mean, I guess in a more technical sense, if they have a pending special assessment for the following year and wanted to pay that, we would have to find,
Can't prepay taxes until after August 1st.
yeah.
So they'd have to wait until August 1st of the next year if it's something on their next tax bill.
It's not taxes. It's not a.
Yes, not that. It's on the tax bill.
I mean, this is the way most places do it as a special assessment on your tax bill. And I think staff proposed this because it's easier, basically it eliminates the need to separately invoice. Am I correct?
That, yep, that's part of it. It just tremendously streamlines the process. I'll use that word, it makes it a lot more lean on all ends. But we can certainly, in that reminder communication that goes out late fall, late summer, early fall, I mean, we can certainly insert language in that reminder that says that if their assessment is over $1,000, it will, we can say it will be split and put on the tax bill for 2 years unless you contact us, telling us that you would like to pay it all right away. And then we can work through that. The vast majority of people will not. But should someone be very interested in that option, we can figure out a way to make that work before they're posted. Mark and I can figure that out in time.
Okay, any other discussion? We have motion? All in favor of the motion as stated, say aye. Aye. Opposed? And that takes us to trustee Maher, budget and finance. One there.
We've got a fairly routine matter here. The Wisconsin discharge permit.
Let me just read the agenda item first.
Sure.
Okay, this is consideration of governmental responsibility resolution for runoff stormwater management grants. Perspective.
We hold with other North Shore communities a Wisconsin permit, and that's up for renewal in June 2018. The total maximum daily load guidance is likely to change, so we will need to do some additional analysis to meet the permit requirements. And there are grants, we anticipate there'll be grants available. 2018 Urban Non-Point Source and Stormwater Management Program planning grants to plan how to meet these total maximum daily load stormwater standards. And so what the motion before us is, and I'm going to make the motion, I move to approval of the governmental responsibility resolution for runoff management grants, authorizing the Director of Public Works to act on the village's behalf in the application for financial assistance.
Second.
So what this is doing is just, it authorizes Leanne to act as our agent in applying for the money and handling the process after the award and then implementing projects.
Why does it require a resolution, Liz?
I'm sorry?
Why does it require a resolution? I'm just curious. Is that a state thing?
It's a DNR thing.
Okay.
You might recall a couple of years ago, we applied for an urban forestry grant,
Right.
and there was a similar authorizing resolution.
Okay, that's the way they work.
That's the way they work.
Any other discussion? Since this is a resolution, this will be a roll call vote.
Trustee Amanza.
Aye.
Trustee Bachman.
Yes.
Trustee Maher.
Yes.
Trustee McKay.
Yes.
Trustee Zovic.
Aye.
President Johnson.
Yes.
The vote is 6-0.
Okay, it moves us to item 10, reports from village officials. I've got a couple reports. One is I want to let you know that Mike O'Brien is being reappointed to the police commission for a term that expires 2022. And also just a reminder that on April 20th, we have our trustee and stakeholder interviews with GovHR. And I think everybody's been scheduled on that date. It's at 1